Hey guys, we are on day 5 of the new account and I am already in Gold Arena. I'm going to break this down very shortly, but I want to go over general progress because today has been a lot. Now, you guys can check out the stream if you want a little bit more detail, but essentially what I've been doing is I have been trying to push the storyline quests, pushing arena, and just simply getting a bunch more 6 stars, which is the main thing. Because while we do have a lot of these dungeon missions, which take so freaking long, I mean, getting 5 superior brews is so unlikely. This is going to take a ton of stamina. I also have to get 4 rank 6 champions. And as you can see, I'm only 3 out of 4. And this is going to take me a freaking long time. So with that, I have gotten my 3rd 6 star on day 5. As you can see, just to confirm, day 5 right here, right there. We are about to get to reset very soon. And I chose Kale for another reason, which will hopefully be the topic of next video, which is for faction trials and gear farming, which we'll talk about briefly at the end. If you want to get some of my favorite champions in Raid for free, click my link in the description right now to get a free Karato Fox Hunter, as well as 3 amazing epic champions as you level up. Now here's what to do to get them. Number 1, log out of Plarium Play on PC and uninstall the game. Next, click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Next, you're going to launch the game and complete the tutorial. Afterwards, you should just be able to go to your inbox and claim your first legendary champion. Next, for the epics, you're going to get them as you level up. Now, there's a chance to get a free Karato Fox Hunter as a starter champion, as well as Fayne, Uugo, and Vergis as you progress through the game. These are some very strong heroes, and you can get it all by clicking my link right now. But I want to talk about what goes into a good arena team, because the arena quests are very important. And even beyond the arena quest, it's very important that you're always doing arena as much as you can, because the more you do arena, the higher you can get these leveled. Now, I have a video going over it a little bit more in depth, but essentially you want to focus just one at a time, especially because in the Arbiter missions to get Arbiter, who is the main focus right now for early game or even mid game, is you need to get one of these to rank 10, which is going to be really hard. Now, there's also another quest, which is to get 2 to rank 4, which is going to be a big focus before that point. Basically, you just want to keep on farming arena to max these, and until every single one is maxed, you want to be farming arena as much as possible. And even after, I could argue that you want to continue to farm it pretty heavily. Now, as you can see, I've done over 230 arena fights, well, almost 300, sorry, and we have a decent win rate. And I want to talk about what really goes into the arena team. So first of all, I went to sleep at Silver 4, ended up in Gold, and that's because I won a lot of defense fights, because my team looks easy as hell, and it kind of baits people. Now I'm getting to the point where everyone is like rank 60 with insane legendaries. Like this Arbiter team, level 88, I'm not hitting this. There's no way. But the team that I am using, and I cannot guarantee I win here. This guy's a freaking 6-star War Maiden for some reason. Anyways, the team that I'm using is this, okay? Now, there are a couple substitutions and things that would make it a lot better. First of all, we got our main DPS stolen right there. We got Uugo, which is our defense setter right here. As you can see, has a basically 100% chance of placing decreased defense and block buffs. As long as he's built with accuracy and enough speed to go ahead of your DPS, she'll set you up. She also has a revive in case I get outsped, which is kind of rare, and I'll explain why in a second. This does healing and will also revive everyone. And because of the passive, keeping her alive as long as she's the only one left, it combos very well with the heal, the cleanse, and the revive if she's the only one standing. This can come out pretty often. Then we got Rector. Rector just reduces the amount of damage taken with the perfect veil and has a revive. Also has a passive for healing. I would actually get rid of Rector for someone else who we'll talk about in a second. And we got Diabolist, which might seem a little bit weird. And that's because Diabolist is my speed person. Speed is the most important thing, as well as turn meter control. And Diabolist is the only option I have until day 30, or pulling a good speed person. All right, fills turn meter of all allies and decreases the turn meter of all enemies. Also has increased speed on the A2 and a sleep on the A1, which basically doesn't matter. Now, Diabolist is level 1, 3-star awakened, but she is built quite fast, at least for where I am in the game. As you can see, she has 201 speed, which is not garbage for day 5. It could be a lot better. Maybe if I were to 6-star her, I could put this speed on or something, or I could get better speed boots. But essentially I went speed boots and complete broken set, as much speed as I can muster, not focusing on anything else. Now, obviously, accuracy is a bit low. I do want to get her accuracy higher. Ideally, if I could get maybe a chest plate with accuracy as the main stat and then speed as the substat. As you can see, I do have one, but it didn't really roll into the speed. Unfortunately, either way, that's the whole goal. Now, there is one way this could get better before I show you what happens, and that is with the other rare, which is farmable, which is called Spirit Host. Spirit Host took me thousands of stamina and multiple hours of farming to get for some of the Arbiter quests, but she has a speed lead right here, which is very important. Now, you might also say, hey, don't you also want to build her fast so that you can get the increased attack on your units to buff them? Well, for this team with this specific DPS, which is Tholen, I actually don't need to, because Tholen's such a monstrous freak that he actually increases his own attack and he goes through shields, which is really good. So we're gonna go in. Now, I do not have a speed lead once again, so it is possible I get outsped, as you can see there. And this is unfortunate, and we're gonna lose, right? This happens because obviously I'm very early game, but there are certain times where things actually work out. So I'm gonna hit this one. Hopefully we outspeed, even though they have a very good speed aura, which we do. I'm able to put out the increase turn meter. The accuracy is really low. Like I said, this is not a good a good built Diabolist. It's just as fast as I could, but we still are able to put the damage mitigation and Veil, which is the only reason why Rector's here. Would completely get rid of him if I could. Then we get the setup, the block buffs, and the decreased defense. And then we go in with Tholen and we basically kill everything. Now, there is a chance that someone lives if they're built very well. Just nothing I could do about that, right? But because Tholen is a good affinity against most DPS you're gonna find, he actually gets weak hits a lot, and he just goes in with the smack and kills. And that's how I've been winning most of my fights. Now, like I said, it's not great. I mean, you could see the people I'm up against. This guy's a freaking Warlord, Mezamel, Eostrid for the speed boost. I don't have this because I'm too early to have any of this. Here we got a Madame Sarah's team instead of Uugo. Madame Sarah's works great as well, but he doesn't have any turn control. So it's going to be just a matter of if they can outspeed me, which they can't. So I just boost my turn meter, lower their turn meter, set them up, and then hit him. Now, of course, Tholen is not going to always get CC'd, or not CC'd, sorry, always get debuffed, and that can happen. But luckily, like I said, Uugo a lot of the time will just straight up tank things and clutch the hell up for us. So I'm gonna hit him with the A2, get him pretty low, and we should be able to win. Now, it isn't a guarantee because he of course landed weakened on everyone and beat me. It's a lot of RNG, I'm gonna be real. This is not a consistent arena team, and I am probably going to take it and just put it like this and then lose a bit to get back to silver. But I just want to show a little bit of a fundamental arena team that you can run and some things to make it better, which is a speed lead. And if you guys are a little bit further in the game, you're getting High Katoon. High Katoon replaces Diabolist 100%. She has filled turn meters 15%, increased speed on all allies, speed lead 19% in all battles. Oh my god, I wish I could have her. She also has a turn meter decrease and a decreased speed. She's so good. She's like one of the best login champs just because of how early you get her. She's my main like want right now, but I'm gonna have to do with what I can and ideally get my Spirit Host in order to get the speed lead, and maybe I'll win more often. Now, of course, my gear is also kind of bad. I'm gonna explain some of my gear choices there in a second. I also pulled Royal Guard. You could skim through the stream if you want for day 4 or whatever. I pulled a single ancient. I pulled one ancient, a single one, and I got a Royal Guard. It's because the chat was like, oh, pull, and then I pulled a Royal Guard. Royal Guard, insane progression champ, good in like every dungeon and a lot of Doom Tower and even more areas. He has decreased speed, which is really good, and turn meter control. AoE, enemy max HP ability, could also be used for Hydra. Decreased defense, I think he's up there for 6 stars, but I think my next 6 stars is going to be Rector. My other focus is going to be getting masteries on Rector, Kale, and I guess if I level Royal Guard, I'll do him too. Phoenix is good for Ice Golem, Frostbiter, which are all things that are important. Mausoleum Mage is a great support. Madame Sarah's great in Arena. A good clan boss champ with Anax. and then Morag is pretty solid. It's just, I think Rector will give me more value long term, and maybe I'll focus Anax next for a clan boss team. I'm really not sure yet. This is so early that I'm just trying to get to my 6-star for the quest and see what happens from there. Something else I'm trying to do is I'm trying not to awaken these guys to awaken 6. You can see that Uugo is not awakened. I'm not gonna farm this, and when I get enough to 6-star awaken Uugo, I'm not going to, because there's actually a quest for the Arbiter missions which requires you to ascend a champion to 6-star of each affinity. So what I'm doing is I'm essentially going to math out which 6-stars I'm making. If I have 2 of the same affinity 6-star, then I'm going to only max 1, save the other, like Uugo for example, but Kael is maxed, and Rector is not going to get 6-starred either. This is like 2 weeks from now, but it's still something we got to focus on. I'm also going to have to 6-star a Spirit Affinity at some point, which probably will be 8-axe for Guild Boss, and then I will probably have to 6-star Madame Ceres for the quest, which is a lot of work, but that's okay. Of course, we are having a champion training on right now, which I think it is pretty unlikely I lose. I'm going to keep on pushing this even more throughout the week and use my gems for stamina, of course. And obviously I want to try to get the classic arena done as much as I can, so I'll probably drop. Now, build-wise, I do have a couple new pieces. I have this piece which rolled like crazy. As you can see, my crit rate is a little bit too high. I do have crit rate gloves, but it's very hard to replace crit rate gloves at the beginning of the game. Of course, this is broken set. Perception would be great. If I can get maybe a perception shield to replace this one, I can get some more speed accuracy, which is actually good for him. But for this, basically, attack percent, crit rate, speed, this is a great piece. 6-star as well. It's freaking beautiful, man. I also have this, which I got from the event dungeon, which gives me 20 accuracy right here. If I get one more piece, maybe for the amulet, I can get more speed, which is a big thing that my Tholin's missing right now. There are a lot of things I could improve, but realistically, I'm just trying to do a couple things. Now, the final thing I want to talk about before I end off and continue to farm, because that's essentially what it is beyond this point, is my Kael. The reason why I 6-starred Kael is not only because of clan boss here. Clan boss, just for reference, I can 1-key normal easily, almost 11 million right there. I can also 2-key hard, which is what I'm going to be doing. 2-key hard, amazing, much better rewards, actually gives you usable gear. Not only that, I also 6-starred Kael for faction trials, and the reason why I have a resistance piece is for this annoying ass faction boss. Right here, the reason why is because we got 2 days left, so we have a little bit of extra time on, if you didn't know, whatever starter champion you pick opens that faction crypt for a week. I should have 6-starred Kael earlier. It was kind of dumb of me not to try to focus this, but essentially you can get perception gear, which are these bloodstones, and I needed to push past this boss, which is the annoying provoke and true fear, and then the minions on the side just heal the boss and increase the speed. You need resistance for this thing. I had to build Kael directly for it, and now I can move on to farming purple perception pieces. And it's very important that you get forge gear early, because forge gear just simply is amazing. Okay, perception gear is 40 accuracy, 5% speed, 2-piece set. This is so important. Uugo needs accuracy, Diabolus needs accuracy, Kael needs accuracy, friggin' Tholin probably needs accuracy, Rector needs some accuracy, Madame Ceres needs accuracy, right? Everyone who lands any debuffs needs accuracy as much as you can, and it is so hard to get accuracy early on. And it's so hard to get simply 6-star pieces, but you're able to do it a little bit easier with farming some perception. All right. Also, something else is over here in Coalition, I'm actually going to be able to get 10 mythic craft right here, mythical charms, which is going to be big. I shouldn't be able to get this, but because I picked Tholin as the beginning, or at the beginning, I'm going to be able to do it and get, first of all, another relic, and also mystical charms, which are pretty sick. And also another purchase was Forge Pass. Forge Pass makes it so you get more XP, which is big. Eventually it's like 40% extra, as you can see, 50% extra, never mind, XP and silver. Such a big time save. And you also get this really sick gear. If you're gonna spend it all, you have to get the Forge Pass. I mean, look, I'll get a freaking 6-star, I think this is stone skin piece. Like, that is insane. You also get other pieces, obviously. You get a bunch of glyphs, you get a bunch of crafting resources, and you also get a 6-piece set of Righteous. And Righteous is pretty good. It gives you resistance, which I don't really need so much, but it also gives you 10% speed. This is such a big set early on. So I'm gonna get the mythic things to put in, mythic charms. I'm gonna put rank and rarity in, and I'm gonna craft. And I'll let you guys know how that goes tomorrow, because I need to finish up a couple things. But yeah, that's the progress today. Just a little bit of gear farming, mostly just masteries, getting the storyline quest, and trying to do some arena to get a jump start on Great Hall before it becomes absolutely unbearable. So that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Like and subscribe, all of that stuff. And that's it for me. Destin signing out.